At 65 years old, Lee Haney still moves with the energy and power of a man half his age. His muscles remain full and defined, his posture tall, and his face carries the look of someone who has lived with discipline and joy. For most people, time is a thief. It slows the body, weakens strength, and robs energy. But for Haney, an 8-time Mr. Olympia and one of the most respected names in bodybuilding history, time has been more of a teacher than an enemy. What makes his story so fascinating is not only that he once stood as the strongest man on stage, but that decades later, he has managed to keep a body that looks and feels 30 years younger. How does he do it? Is it genetics, pure determination, or a secret formula that others can learn from? That is the question we will explore. Haney's journey into anti-aging begins not in science labs or with expensive treatments, but with simple habits that he has carried with him since his teenage years. He learned early that strength was not just about lifting the heaviest weight possible, it was about protecting the body and keeping it healthy for the long run. Even during his peak years, he spoke often about stimulating, not annihilating the muscles. This philosophy, gentle in words but powerful in practice, would become the foundation of how he trains to this very day. Instead of chasing endless records in the gym, Haney has always focused on balance. At 65, his workouts are still intense, but they are designed to nourish the body, not punish it. He knows that joints wear down, tendons lose elasticity, and recovery takes longer with age. So his training is precise, efficient, and always respectful of what the body can handle. This is one of his greatest anti-aging secrets. Exercise should build you up, not break you down. But exercise alone does not tell the full story. Haney also guards what goes onto his plate with the same care that he brings to the gym. His diet is not about extremes or trends. He avoids fads and instead relies on whole, clean foods that fuel energy while keeping inflammation low. Lean proteins, colorful vegetables, and slow-burning carbohydrates make up his base. He emphasizes hydration and never underestimates the power of rest. In his words, recovery is the hidden weapon that keeps the body young. Beyond food and training, there is something else that defines Haney's lasting vitality: his mindset. He often speaks about faith, family, and the importance of purpose. For him, life is not about holding on to past trophies, but about continuing to grow, to inspire, and to give back. This sense of mission keeps him motivated and joyful. Science agrees with him here. People who carry purpose into their later years tend to live longer and healthier lives. So the question remains, what can we learn from Lee Haney's daily choices, and how can they help us age with strength and grace? To understand Haney's approach, it helps to look back at how he built his foundation. During his years as a competitive bodybuilder, he trained under a principle that was revolutionary at the time. While many athletes pushed their bodies to the breaking point, Haney believed in training smarter. He often repeated the phrase, "stimulate, don't annihilate." Those words shaped not only his career, but also his longevity. Even now, he avoids marathon workouts that drain energy. Instead, he keeps his sessions focused, usually lasting no more than an hour. Each movement is deliberate, each set designed to push the muscles just enough. This way, he avoids the injuries and burnout that have ended many careers too soon. His style proves that the body responds best when given both challenge and care. Cardio also plays an important role in his routine, but unlike younger athletes who often rely on high-impact, exhausting drills, Haney prefers low-impact exercises that are gentle on the joints. Walking, cycling, and controlled conditioning work keep his heart strong without unnecessary strain. At 65, he understands that the goal is endurance and health, not simply speed or punishment. Nutrition remains the second pillar of his youthfulness. Haney's meals are planned around whole foods, chosen for their ability to repair and fuel. He avoids excess sugar and processed snacks, instead focusing on nutrient-rich options. Chicken, fish, lean beef, fresh vegetables, brown rice, oats, and fruit fill his plate. His diet isn't restrictive, it's sustainable. He has learned that consistency matters more than any extreme diet trend. He also highlights the role of supplementation, but with caution. Haney believes supplements should complement, not replace, real food. Protein powders, vitamins, and minerals may have their place, but they are never the foundation. The foundation is always food from the earth, prepared in the simplest, cleanest way possible. Then there's recovery, the often forgotten piece of the puzzle. Haney is quick to remind others that muscles grow during rest, not during training. Sleep is sacred for him, and he treats it as part of his daily discipline. Science backs this up, showing that deep restorative sleep is when the body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and strengthens memory. Without it, no amount of training or dieting can truly slow aging. Another dimension of Haney's philosophy is mental wellness. Over the years, he has seen many athletes struggle once their careers ended. Some felt lost without the spotlight. Others carried bitterness over injuries or decline. Haney chose a different path. He leaned on faith and family, grounding himself in gratitude rather than regret. He has often said that joy and peace are as important to longevity as diet and exercise. Chronic stress, after all, is one of the fastest ways to age the body. For Haney, purpose is fuel. He mentors younger athletes, runs fitness programs, and shares his knowledge openly. By staying connected to others, he keeps his mind sharp and his spirit strong. That sense of giving back has likely added years of vitality to his life. Haney's story also speaks to a larger truth about aging. Too often, people believe that growing older must mean losing strength, slowing down, or giving up the activities they love. But Haney proves that age does not have to be a sentence. Instead, it can be a season of refinement, where the lessons of experience allow the body to be treated with wisdom rather than wear. One of the most inspiring parts of his routine is how simple it really is. There are no complicated machines or strange routines that only a champion can follow. Walking each day, training with weights 3 to 4 times a week, eating real food, sleeping deeply, and carrying a mindset of gratitude. These are choices available to nearly everyone. They don't require fame or fortune, they only require commitment. At the same time, Haney is honest about the challenges of aging. He admits that the body doesn't recover as fast as it once did. Joints need more care and energy levels can dip, but instead of fighting against this reality, he adapts to it. He lowers intensity when needed, shortens sessions if recovery demands it, and listens closely to his body. In this way, he works with age rather than against it. That is perhaps the greatest lesson he offers. Adaptation is the true secret to staying young. Science supports his approach. Studies on longevity consistently show that moderate, consistent exercise supports not just muscles, but also the heart, brain, and immune system. Nutrition built around whole foods reduces inflammation, a key driver of aging. And those who nurture strong social and spiritual connections often live not only longer, but better. Haney's lifestyle is a living example of these principles at work. He also embraces something that many overlook: play. Even after decades of discipline, Haney makes room for enjoyment. He takes time with his family, enjoys hobbies, and celebrates life outside of the gym. Laughter, relaxation, and community are all parts of his anti-aging formula. They are reminders that health is not only measured in muscle or numbers, but also in the quality of each day. Looking at Haney today, it's easy to forget that he once stood on the stage against the greatest bodybuilders in history. The physique that won him 8 Mr. Olympia titles is still present, but it has softened into something wiser, less about competition, more about vitality. In many ways, his current body is even more impressive because it represents not just victory in sport, but victory over time itself. So, what can we take from Lee Haney's journey? First, that age is not an ending, it is a transition. Second, that health is built on balance. Training without destruction, eating without extremes, resting without guilt. And third, that purpose and gratitude are as powerful as any workout. These lessons are timeless, and they apply to anyone willing to follow them. At 65, Haney's life is proof that aging can be embraced with strength, dignity, and joy. His story challenges all of us to rethink what it means to grow older. Rather than fearing it, we can prepare for it, nurture it, and even celebrate it. As you finish this video, ask yourself, not how old you are, but how young you can choose to feel. The habits that keep the body strong, the mind clear, and the spirit full are available today, no matter your age. Lee Haney has shown the way, the rest is up to us. Thank you for watching. If you found inspiration in this story, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and join us for more health and longevity lessons here on the channel. Together, we'll keep exploring how to stay ageless and alive.